Think about this today. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were? That's kind of a fun thing to think about, isn't it? Don't get hung up on a number. It's just a number. Enjoy. Live your life and have fun. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. That is Piper back there, and this is your yoga from home. Piper's up here now. This is your yoga from home, and most importantly, it's your body. Do what is right for your one and only body. Today might be a little different. Every day is a little different. All of our bodies are different. I guarantee that. We're all faced with different challenges every day. Make the yoga work for you. Strive for progress, not necessarily perfection. And what is perfection anyway? Just do what's right for you. Don't hurt. If something hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. Do it to a lesser percentage, or go get a nice cup of tea, hot tea. And if it's okay, you can just breathe through it. If it's a little uncomfortable, you can just breathe through it. But you know pain. Don't have your body be in any sort of pain. Today's practice is our BS practice. It's balance and strength. That's what we're working on today. Every day our practices are different. Come check us out. Modify the practices to make them work for you. That's the big thing. It's 1 hour long, but if you're only here for 5 minutes, that's fine too. However long you're here is a good amount of time. All right, a word for you to think about today as you practice is coming up real soon. The word, let me tell you about it first. It means to make an effort at. It means to undertake, to try, to attempt. Ta-da, there's the word. It means to seek. So seek what works for you. To do that, you might want to use some props. You might want to be near a wall to do our Chaturanga Dandasana. I did that a little earlier during the countdown. You can use the wall as if it were the mat if you don't want to come all the way down on the mat. Water is always good to have, especially for this practice. 2 yoga blocks. You're going to want to use those because we're going to sneak in crow pose today. An eye shade is great. A little hand towel is a little less great, but pretty good to have for your final Shavasana. You can have a strap if that speaks to you. I'm not going to use it today. Some days we do, some days we don't. You decide. Let's start by standing. Come on up to a standing position. Do what you can with what you got. Everybody can do this practice because you do it your way. Don't sweat it. Maybe you've got a chair here. Just attempt. All right, first thing we do is like to take a stress number. How do you feel right now? Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, what's going on in your head, your soul, your spirit, your mind, your body, your shoulders, your hips, your feet? Give it a number, and let's progress. Place your hands on your hips, feet about hip width distance apart. Pop on up to the balls of your feet. Lift and lower, find where it's comfortable for you. A chair here is a great prop to have. Lift and lower. Just do it. You decide how intensely you do it. All right, heels behind the toes, good alignment. Softness in the knees, don't lock them out. Hands are on your hips, your chest is lifted, breathe. Big breath in through the nose. Big sighing breath out through the mouth. Really make a sound, let it go, it lets some stress go. When you come down on your heel once or twice, lift up your toes and give them a wiggle. Just find good strength and balance in your foundation. Your feet. Foundation is where it all begins, right? Foundation of a house, foundation of a relationship, foundation of your education, foundation in your feet, in your body. Keeps you from slipping, keeps you from falling. All right, finish up a few more little toe lifts. Shake them out, let the stress go from them. Plant your feet solidly on the ground. Lift your arms high up to the sky. Extended mountain. Shoulders soften, lengthen through the fingers. Big breath in. Big breath out. Interlace your fingers. Palm tree pose. Palms to the sky. Sway from side to side. Keep both feet equally planted on your ground. Chin away from your chest. Swaying from side to side. Don't like the interlaced fingers? Reach parallel arms to one side, then the other. Want to add something a little different? Let the bottom arm reach down your thigh. Come on back up. Take it to the other side. Let the bottom arm reach down to the thigh. You decide how you want to take it today. You're just moving your spine sideways. That's what we're after. Finish up. Place your hands at your low back. Fingers can be either down toward the earth or up. Up is a little bit harder. Squeeze your elbows together. Look up to the sky. Little baby back bend. You're moving. That's good. Exhale. Hinge forward. Let the air go from your belly. Let the arms hang heavy. Put a little bit of softness in your knees. Tailbone up toward the sky. Crown of the head toward your toes. Gaze toward your knees.
Little wiggle in the knees might feel good. I don't know if you're touching the ground or not. Whatever it is good. Breathe. Finish up. Sweep your arms on up. Come on back up to standing. Lengthen through your fingers. Let's do arm circles. All right, arms are extended long. Do some big circles with them. And how does that feel in your shoulders? Doesn't feel so great. Make the circles a little bit smaller. Now add in your knees. Wake them up too. When the hands come down, the knees go down. Hands come up, knees straighten. No rush, no hurry, just move. Take the arm circles in the opposite direction as you are attempting to make progress, not perfection. Nobody's perfect. Finish up with your arm circles. Come to standing with your arms down by your sides. Shoulders back. Breathe. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Big coat swing. Imagine you are a child in a coat that's way too big and the arms are way too long. Start to sway from side to side, letting those arms hit a hip, your shoulder, your back, or your hip or your backside. Gaze over one shoulder, then the other. Maybe challenge your balance by closing your eyes. Nice little controlled twist here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Finish. Come on back to the midline of your body. Hinge forward at your waist. Look down to your toes. Arms hang toward the earth. Toe heel your feet, hip width distance apart. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Ragdoll is where we're going. Gaze to your knees. Can you see your knees? Look up toward your belly button. Let the bend be in your knees. Let your elbows come closer to the earth. Give your toes a little wiggle. Breathe. Decompress your low back. Feet maybe a little bit wider apart. Let your belly come between your thighs. Start to sway from side to side. One elbow back toward one knee, then the other. You are creating space in your low back. Breathe. Most important part, breathe. Sway. Finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Give your toes another wiggle. Plant your hands on your mat. Slide your hands forward. Bring your knees on down. Come into your child's pose. You may like to use a block for your child's pose. 2 variations you can take. Knees together, big toes touching, hips go back to your heels. The block can bring the earth up to you as you rest your forehead or your chest on it. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Rolled into a little tiny yogi ball in your child's pose. Let your fingers lengthen to the back of the room as you create space in your shoulders and lengthen your neck. Crown of the head to the front of the room, tailbone to the back. You could ditch the block if you want to bring your forehead down to the ground. That's fine too. The other alternative to a child's pose is a wide-legged child's pose. That means spread your knees wide. Big toes still touch. Hips go back to your heels. Arms reach long to the top of the mat. You can bring your forehead down to a block or to the earth. Big breath in and big breath out. Close your lips if you like. Breathe in and out of your nose if that works for you. That's called your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. Find your breath. Find peace in your breath. Let everything else go. Just be here on your mat. Feel the contact of your mat beneath you. Be aware of your deep breath and nothing else. Tune everything else out. Just let your body move. Get your mind out of the way. Pretty much one breath to one movement. Come back to your child's pose anytime you want. As you're ready, let's press on up to a neutral tabletop. Feet together. Let's send our hips high to the sky. Tuck your toes to your shins. Hips go up to the sky. Shake your neck out and let it be. Come into a down dog. In a downward facing dog, you're looking back to your feet. They are hip width distance apart. We did that just a moment ago in our ragdoll, so you know what that is. Tailbone lifted higher to the sky. Heels slightly lifted from your mat. Hands spread wide. Look at your hands. They should be shoulder width distance apart. Your body is essentially an inverted V. Start to pedal your heels, one closer to the earth than the other. Bring it nice and close. Maybe adjust your stance. Everybody's height is different. Adjust your stance so those heels can't come down. You're just getting a nice stretch on them. Now your neck. Let the tension go in your neck. Shake your head this way and that way and this way. Look back to your knees or even up towards your belly button. Downward facing dog. We'll come back to this quite often. Still your heels. Draw them closer to the earth. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. When you're ready, walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. Sweep your arms to the sides of the room. Come on up to standing to Tadasana pose, extended mountain. Lengthen through your fingers. Big breath in. Big shoulder softening breath out. Let's do our first Chaturanga Dandasana. As I mentioned, you could do this against a wall if you prefer. Exhale, hands through a prayer center position and fold forward. Hands toward the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins or wherever they need to be on your front of your leg. To squeeze your shoulders back together and create a flat tabletop. Think of the crown of your head lengthening and your tailbone lengthening too. When you're ready, plant your hands on your mat, walk them forward and come into a high plank. You could be pressed against a wall. High plank, let's take it to low plank. You could always do this while being on your knees. You decide how you want to take it. High plank to low plank, bend your elbows to get there. Hug the elbows into the side of your body. Flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat. Lift your chest forward. It can be down on the knees, remember that. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips are high. That's your first Chaturanga Dandasana. Pedal your heels, down dog. We've been here before and we love it. When you're ready, still your feet. Walk your hands or your feet to meet each other. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands, walk them forward, Chaturanga Dandasana. Take it on your knees if you like. Just take it. Just do it. High plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Breathe. Downward facing dog is said to be a resting pose. It's all relative, right? Finish up. One more time. Feet to hands or hands to feet. I only walk my hands to my feet because of the camera. You do what's right for you. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Big breath in. How are you? There we go. Lengthen up. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, you're good at this now. Walk your hands out, Chaturanga Dandasana, wrists under shoulders. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog on the tops of the feet. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high. Breathe, pedal. Refreshing, isn't it? Still your feet. Walk your hands or feet to meet each other. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain pose. Let's do Sun B with a little bit of a variation, something different. Lengthen up through your arms. I'm going to turn this way. Lengthen up. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your shins. Breathe. Here we go, different. Exhale, fold forward again, fingers toward the earth. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Take a big step forward with your right foot. Come into your lunge, bend into your lunge. Into your lunge, your fingers are lifted, you sink down to your back knee. Maybe bring it down all the way to the earth if that feels good. You decide, right knee over right ankle. I'm gonna keep the back knee up. Lengthen up here. When you're ready, let's come out of this lunge. Bring your hands to prayer center. Your back foot, the heel is lifted, spiral it down. Come into your warrior two. Back foot is down, right toes reach forward, right knee over right ankle. Arms now, tee out, lengthen up, warrior two like you normally do it. Inhale, lengthen up. Look to your right middle finger. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach to the front of the room. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Left fingers reach up, breathe. Fingers reach in opposite directions. Look up to your left hand. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Left arm comes down, right arm goes high. Low body, keep it low. Inhale, reach. When you're ready,
Let's tee out our arms. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Switch your feet. Bring both feet to reach the front of the room. Turn the left foot to the front of your mat, the new front of your mat, which was the back of your mat a moment ago. Sink down into your warrior two. Look over your left fingers and reach. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, tick-tock your arms 6 and 12. Push the left knee open. Reach from fingertips to fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm high. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Surround your left foot with your hands. Send your left foot back to meet your right. Take a high plank to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Remember, you can do it all on your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. When you're ready, kick your left leg high. Sweep it through to your low lunge. Rise on up into your lunge. Arms go high, back knee sinks down, left knee over left ankle. Hold here. Breathe. When you're ready, let's come out of this lunge by bringing hands to prayer center. Right foot comes down, and it's at a 45 or 90 degree angle. Turn your body as you come into your warrior two. Arms reach, knee sinks down. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look to your left hand and reach, reach, reach. Tick-tock 6 and 12. Breathe. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm high. Breathe. Tee out your arms, both feet parallel to the short sides of your mat. Turn your right foot to meet the left. Sink back into your warrior two. Lengthen up through the crown of your head and settle in. Arms are teed out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look to your right middle finger and reach to the front of the room. Tick-tock 6 and 12. Left arm reaches, right arm goes down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Look up to your right hand. And as you exhale, tee out your arms. Both feet parallel to the short sides of your mat. Hinge forward here. Take your hands, reach behind your calves. Look back between your legs. Breathe. Tee out your arms. Sweep your arms on up. Nice job. Bring your hands to meet overhead and your feet to meet as well. Hands to prayer center. Let's go back in to a warrior two. Bend your knees in chair pose. Reach your arms high up to the sky. Sink low, shifting the weight back into your heels. Lengthen up through your fingers. Sink low in your heels. Let's take a classic warrior two. One more big reach through your fingers. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Straighten your legs, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Bend your knees a little bit, bringing your hands to the earth. Walk your hands out. Let's do your Chaturanga Dandasana. Remember, you can do it on your knees. You can skip it all together and stay in a downward facing dog. High plank to low plank is an option. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg kicks high as you inhale. And as you exhale, right foot sweeps forward in between your two hands. Inhale, rise on up to warrior two. Back foot goes down, 45 or 90 degree angle. Right knee over ankle, arms tee out. Inhale, lengthen up. Look to the right and exhale and reach. Tick-tock 6 and 12. Arms reach in opposite directions. Inhale, right arm goes up, left arm goes down. Reach this right arm to the back of the room. Look up toward those fingers. Cartwheel your arms. Surround the right front foot. Chaturanga Dandasana if you want. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, down dog. Exhale, left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Left foot comes forward. You rise on up to standing. Right foot is planted. Left toes shine forward. Sink low. Left knee over left ankle. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock. Lengthen. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down. Left arm up and reaches. Reach to the back of your room a little bit. Still looking at those left fingers, I hope so. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right. Take it on your knees maybe. High plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high. Pedal it out. Let's finish. Come into a bear plank. Hover your knees above your mat. Weight shifts forward. Shoulders over wrists. Hold. Breathe. You got it. You're strong. Let's finish. Come down to your knees. Grab a drink of water. And let's do some other core poses. And then we're also going to do crow. We all love crow, right? Right, Liz? Liz loves it. How's Rachel? Rachel, where you been? All right. Water. All right, let's go. On your back. Have your blocks nearby. We're going to use them in a little bit. We're going to do boat pose too. Maybe you want to use your strap for your boat. If that's your choice, that's your choice. Go for it. All right. Bend your knees. Soles of your feet touch. Draw your heels up closer towards your groin. Hands like prayer. Hands like your feet in prayer center. Lengthen up. Knees open wide. Let's come to recline. Come to fully recline on your mat. Once you're reclined, adjust your heels so they're comfortable. Fingers lightly to your temples or behind your ears. Just let them be little place markers there. Not pulling, not stressing, not straining. Elbows open wide like your knees. Maybe breathe in and out of your mouth to let some heat go. When you're ready, on an exhale, peel your chin up and then come on down. Exhale, chin goes up. Inhale, come on down. You come up on the exhales because your belly's hollowing out and you can get more lift. Lift and lower, elbows and knees open wide. Lift and lower, let it feel right for you. How high do you want to take it? Keep your gaze on the ceiling. Let your chin guide you up toward the ceiling. Let's finish here. Elbows come down. Let's do bicycle pose. You can keep your shoulders down. Bend your knees. Bring your knees to touch at the midline. Feet can be on your mat. You can lift your legs up, bringing the knees over the hips. Drive through your heel and pedal it out like you're riding a recumbent bicycle. Maybe that's how you want to be today. Another option would be to peel your shoulders up and bring one elbow toward one opposite knee. Drive through your heels. It's all good. Breathe. Don't want to do that either? Keep the soles of your feet down. Shoulders peel up. Knee reaches in the direction, or elbow reaches in the direction of the opposite knee. So many options. Here's another one. Lift your legs up. Knees over hips. Ride your bicycle, driving through the heels, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Maybe straighten the leg and scissor kick. Lift, 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 and lower the other leg. And when you're ready, finish. Send your legs long, arms high overhead. Stretch it out, pointed toes, fingers reaching, palms touching, stick pose. Feel it in your hips. Oh, yesterday we did a lot for the hips. How do they feel today? Breathe. Time for boat pose. You can use your strap under the center of your feet. You could push on up to your forearms, and we'll join you in just a second. Arms down by your sides. Classic boat pose, Navasana. Bend your knees toward your chest. Take your hands behind your hamstrings, low near the knees. Rock and roll up a couple of times, but you know if this is right for your body and your bones. Check with your doctor if you are questioning. Rock and roll a couple of times. Come on up to seated, feet come down. Squeeze your shoulders towards your spine so your back is nice and straight. Lean on back as if you were in a beach chair. Maybe lift one foot or the other, or both. Piece of cake, right? Piece of cake, you got it. Hold here, lean back a little bit more. Maybe straighten one leg and or the other. Maybe both. Hold it right here. Hold it here, stay strong. Whew. Chest is lifted. Don't let your back collapse. Hold. Maybe remove one hand or the other or both. Reach your fingertips toward your feet. Maybe lift them up, up, up toward the sky as you hold in your boat pose. Maybe reach them a little to the back of the room. Hands to purse center, little bend in your knees, maybe bring your feet even down. And then dip one elbow to one side, then the other for a row your boat pose. Row, row, row your boat. Breathe. How are you doing? It's all good, right? Let's finish back at purse center. Bring the feet, the heels up towards your bottom. Wrap your forearms maybe around your shins. Remember that child's pose, a little ball? Let's curl into a little ball here in a pose called cosmic egg. Tuck your forehead to your chin. Tuck your forehead, can't do that, can you? Tuck your forehead to your knees. Maybe press on up to your toes. Hold here, lift the weight out of your toes and find some balance. Breathe. Plant your feet. Let's crisscross at the ankles and find your 2 blocks. Let's do crow. All right, so crow pose. This is kind of fun. I think it's fun. It is fun if you make it fun. Don't be intimidated by it. Just try. All right. 2 blocks. One at the top of your mat at its stable height. The other about torso, your torso length, distance apart. You're going to have to adjust this. All right, bring your feet onto the back block. Feet on up on the back block. Maybe this right here is enough of a challenge. Stay right here and maybe try to stand. I'm going to bend my knees deeply, generously, out to the sides of the room, just like we did a moment ago when we did our Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. The balls of your feet are on your block. The block is kind of squishing to accommodate you. Knees are open wide. Hinge your weight forward, fingertips maybe, and hold here. You want your knees behind your triceps. And maybe a little more weight forward. Maybe you can work to bring your hands down flat onto the mat. And if you can't get your hands flat on the mat, just go ahead and stop right here. If your hands are flat on the mat, they are going to be your surface. Your knees are behind your triceps. You're going to aim to bring your forehead toward this top block. So hands are solidly planted. Hinge your weight forward. Bring your forehead to the top block and hold right here till you're comfortable. Maybe lift one foot off the block and or the other. Hold here. Options would be to do it with no blocks at all. It's a little bit more of a challenge. Try it and see if you like it. You decide. If you fall out, get right on back in. No sweat. Play with it. Have some fun. Let's finish when you are ready. Play with it a little bit longer if you want. I'm going to grab a drink of water, and then we're going to go into our usual little lunge sequence. Good for the hips. Right on time, too. I always like that when I hit the time hacks. All right, are you ready? Finish up in your crow. Remove your blocks to the side. Come back to a down dog. Hands on your mat. Inverted V in your body. Tailbone to the sky. Shake your neck. Let it be. Pedal your heels a little bit. Finish up. Still your heels when you're ready. Let's do Chaturanga Dandasana. Got to sneak that in, right? If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Stay pedaling in your down dog. I'm going to hinge forward to a high plank. From this high plank, I'm going to take it to a low plank, bending the elbows. Flip the feet. Tops of the feet are on your mat. Breathe. Inhale as you come into an upward facing dog. When you're ready, flip your back feet to a natural position. Hips go high, down dog. We'll all meet back here in a down dog. Pedal your feet. Finish. As you're ready, kick your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge, bringing the right foot in between the 2 front hands. Come on up, rise on up. You're facing the one end, short end of your mat. So are your big toes. So are all your toes. Sink on down to a lunge. Bend your left knee, right knee over the right ankle, and hover here. You can come lower in that back knee, or you can come all the way down to the back knee. You decide what feels right for you. Arms lift, breathe. Nice big stretch in your hips. Look up to your fingers. Take a little back bend, reach to the back of the room. When you're ready, back up, fingers back up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Let's take a twist. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Hands stacked, elbows stacked. You're looking down at your right toe. Maybe you're down on your back knee, totally fine. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Look to your hands. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist, look to your elbow. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist, maybe look over your shoulder. Breathe, you got it, you're strong. Hang out here for a little bit, and then we're gonna come into our runner's lunge. Gaze back to the center, take it slow. Come down to the back knee if you're not already there. Grab a block and bring it to the top of your mat. Hands down on your mat, wiggle your right toes up to the top right corner of your mat as best you can. Take them as far as is comfortable. Now your left leg, send it long on your mat. Long and straight, maybe slip a towel under your left knee. Left leg is long and straight, top of the left foot on the mat. Hold right here. It's a big lunge, isn't it? Hands inside the right foot. Perhaps is a maybe if it's right for you. You don't have to do it. You do it any way you want. Maybe open up the right foot onto the pinky edge side of the foot. You can come down to flat hands. The block can bring the ground up to you, and you can hold on to it. You could slip your forearms down to the block and hold here. Another option would be to bring your forearms all the way down to the earth. Breathe and find length in your spine and that nice lengthening in the left hip. Let's come out of this runner's lunge by pressing your hands into the earth. We're going to come into a side plank. You knew we'd do a plank. Even though we did all kinds of chaturungas, we're still going to do another plank, a side plank. Send your right leg back to meet your left. You can stay on your knees, left shoulder over the left wrist. You can turn your body a little bit, staying on your knees, lifting the right arm high to the sky. Right leg can reach long. You can lift the leg up. There's one variation. Try it. Another variation would be to send both legs long. Kind of kickstand them, one leg in front of the other. Push through your foundational arm. Another variation. Knees stay together. Ankles stay together. Press on up to your side plank. Look up to your right hands, and then let's finish. Right hand comes down. Come back to a down dog. Pedal it out and breathe. Guess what? We've got a whole nother side to do. Let's kick our left leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Rise on up. Back heel is lifted. Left knee, check it out. It's over your left ankle. Rise on up all the way to standing. Put a bend back in your right knee as you come into a lunge. Lower that knee down. Oh, the ground is farther away than you think. Hover it wherever is right. Arms go up, lengthen up in your high lunge. Take a baby back bend if you like it. Fingers back up to the sky. When you're ready to exhale, hands to prayer center. Inhale, lengthen up. Get ready to twist. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked. You can be down on that bottom knee if you want. You decide. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, twist. Look to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper to your elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Maybe look over your shoulder. Finish up. Hands back to prayer center. Hands come down to your mat. Knee comes down if it's not already there. Top of the right foot on your mat, while the left toes wiggle on up to the left corner of your mat. Using a block, send your right leg long, nice and straight, top of the right foot on the mat. You can use the block and hold on here. Left foot, maybe open up onto the pinky edge side of that foot. Stay right here if this is speaking to you. Maybe you just like it. Stay right here. Maybe slip down 2 forearms on the block. Breathe. Maybe slip down to a half block. Did you buy a half block? Maybe slip down to one of those or slip down to the earth. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, breathe. Let's come out of it. Time to do our side plank. Press into straightened arms. Send your left leg back to meet your right. Right arm is now your foundational arm. Wrist is underneath the shoulder. Remember the variations you can take. You can take it on your knee and be fancy and lift the leg. You can take it with long legs, with the feet side by side like a kickstand, or ankle stacked. Lift your left arm high up to the sky. Look up to your left hand. You got it. Push the earth away. Let's finish. Hand comes down. Let's do a down dog. Pedal it out. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or the other way around. Inhale, halfway lift. Woo. Hands to your shins. Back is flat. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold forward. Look back to your knees. Shake your neck. You got it. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain pose. Let's do Pasarita Padahastasana. All right, tee out your arms so they are parallel to the earth. Take a wide stance, pinky toes toward the edges of your mat. Lengthen up through your chest and exhale, settle into your feet. Take your hands and interlace your fingers behind your low back. So you get your thumbs pressed into your back for now, not for long. Chest is lifted. How do you feel opening up in the shoulders? As you're ready, take a big inhale and an exhale, hinge forward. Interlaced fingers. When your back gets flat and the crown of your head is shining to the front of your room, lift your interlaced fingers up off your back. Work your crown of your head toward the earth and work your interlaced fingers up toward the sky. Whew, breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. Little bend in your knees. Might feel right. Breathe through it. Let it be. Finish up. Release your hands and tee them out. Tee them out. Reach your fingers to the sides of the room and then rise on up. Back up to standing. Nice job. Bring your hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bring your legs together to meet. Bring your arms to a prayer center position. Let's do tree pose. We did it a couple different ways yesterday. Do it any way you like. I'm going to root through my left foot, weight out of the right. Open up the right knee to the side of the room. You can kickstand your feet, Barbie doll style, or you can bring the sole of your foot to your calf or up to your thigh. Just don't place the foot on the knee. Press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Drive the outside of the right knee to the back of the room and check out your hips. Are they equidistant to the front of the room? Hands can stay at prayer center or resting on a chair. Big breath in and big breath out. Grow your branches if you like and sway them. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Close your eyes if you like that, or just take a fast little blink if that is more realistic. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the right knee to the front of the room. Right foot meets left. Other side. Root into the right leg. Weight out of the left. Open up the left knee to the side of the room. Maybe they're kickstanding, heel to ankle, totally fine. Maybe you lift it a little higher or higher still. Skip over the knee. Check out your hips. Same thing, just on the other side. Maybe a chair is by your side. Maybe you keep your hands at prayer center. Maybe you grow your branches and sway them. Any one of these is good. Don't feel you have to take it to the extreme. Strive for progress, not perfection. What is perfection anyway? Did you try to close the eyes on the other side? Then try it on this side too. Hands to prayer center when you're done. Knee to the front of the room when you're done. Left leg meets right. Let's stay right here. Close your eyes. Big breath in, big breath out. Another balancing pose called toppling tree. Take a step forward with your right foot, all 10 toes pointing in the same direction. Bend and bring the weight into that right leg. Little bend in the knee. Lift the left leg up a little or a lot. Interlace your fingers again behind your low back. Hinge forward, bringing your torso parallel to the earth. Hips equidistant to the earth. Work your interlaced fingers up to the sky. Gaze down to your right toes. Lift the left leg higher. You got it. Let's finish. Right foot meets left. Keep your hands where they are. Lift through the chest. Think of your fingers as weighted. Take a big step back with your right foot. Left foot is now forward, so let's do it on this side. When you're ready, weight into the left leg. Weight out of the right leg. Hinge forward, maybe lifting the right leg, kind of a counterbalance to your chest.
Chest comes parallel to the earth. Right leg lifts as high as you want it to go. And then work your interlaced fingers up your back. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right on back in. Don't fall out and stay out. Go back and do it again. Breathe. Lift. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Maybe even better this time. Finish up. Right foot meets left. Interlaced fingers. Send them down toward the earth. Lift through your chest. Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. Time for dancer pose. Release your arms by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up high to the sky. Both legs are on the mat. Your right arm, circle it around. Nice big circles to the back of the room. Don't forget your left arm. Keep it lifting high to the sky through your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. How's that big circle coming in the right arm? Put your weight into your left leg, and when you're ready, take the right arm, reach around, bend the right knee, and capture the inner ankle with all 5 fingers of the right hand. Bring your knees back together to touch. Lengthen up through your left hand. When you're ready, kick into your right hand. Hinge forward with your in your hips, having your left arm reach to the front of the room. Kick hard into your back hand. Reach, kick to the back of the room and kick up. Finish up. Right foot meets left. Both arms go up to the sky. Right fingers reach, and your left arm circles to the back of your room. How's it going? Shoulders are loving it, right? Maybe you stay right here. Weight into the right foot. Maybe just a little bit of weight out of the left. You decide. Reach the left arm around, capture the inside of the left ankle. Reach through your right fingers, tall. Yes, you are, nice and tall. Kick into the back, left hand. Hinge forward, again, another counterbalance. Right arm comes parallel toward the earth. Left leg kicks back. Left leg kicks up. Breathe and finish. Left foot meets right. Arms come down by your sides. Take a deep breath in, maybe with the eyes closed, and a deep breath out. When you're ready, eagle pose, Garandasana. Bend your knees. That's how we're going to start. Bend your knees. Maybe you stay right here. Working those big quadriceps. This is a challenge. Shift the weight back more into your feet. Arms, bring them parallel to each other. If that's not cutting it today, take your hands to opposite shoulders or to prayer center. You decide. Lengthen up through your fingers, maybe sink a little bit lower. Right arm can sweep under the left. Palms touch, elbows down, gaze over your fingertips. When you're ready, if you like, add in the legs. Right leg lifts, crosses the left, top of the right foot, hooks behind the left calf. Sink low, shoulders back, squeezing the elbows down, compressing tightly in the legs. There's your eagle pose. Finish. Right foot meets left. Arms sweep up as you just kind of let everything go before we come back into it on the other side. Bend into your knees. Take the arm variation that you like. I'm going to take my left arm and sweep it under my right. Palms touch, elbows squeeze down. Oh, you feel that in your shoulders and upper back, don't you? Squeeze, sit lower. This time the right foot stays on the ground and your left leg lifts. Maybe you hold it right there. Perhaps you cross it, hooking the top of the left foot behind the right calf. Sink low, breathe, and squeeze. Finish. Left foot meets right. Arms go high as you inhale and lengthen up. Take a little back bend. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, and you can do a Chaturanga Dandasana if you like. That would be high plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high for your hips, half pigeon. Bend your right knee as you exhale. Right knee behind the right wrist. Left leg goes long and straight on your mat. Work your right shin, perhaps a little more parallel to the top or to the mat, toward the top of your mat. Press into your hands and you can stay right here. Left leg is long, even out your hips. Want a little help evening out the hips? Slip your block underneath your right glute.
That'll keep you honest. That'll keep your hips nice and equidistant. You can slip down to a block or to your forearms. Let your forehead rest. Let your shoulders rest. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe sigh it out audibly to let the tension go. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders and in our hips. Find space here. Thursdays and Sundays, we do a restorative practice. It's different from this one. But in the restorative practice, we will do this pose, but we'll hold it for a long period of time, maybe 3 minutes. Right now, it's time to come out of this. Straighten your arms, press into your hands. Move your block to the other side of your mat. Tuck your back left toes. Send your right leg back to meet the left. Come into a 3-legged down dog as you shake out your right leg. Come back to a classic down dog. Lift your left leg high. We'll do it on this side. Bend your left knee. Exhale the air out of your lungs. Make space in your belly so that knee can get up to your left wrist. Right leg slides long. Top of the right foot on the mat. Work your left shin a little more parallel to the top of your mat. If you can, great. If you can't, great. All right. Block underneath your glute. Press into the earth or use your other block for your hands if you like that. Soften in your hips. Slip on down to your arms and breathe. Imagine creating space in your hips. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Sigh it out. Let it go. Make space. Big breath in. Big breath out. No tension here. You've released it. You've let it go. Time to finish. Let's press into our hands. That's a hard one to get into, I think, but once you get into it, it feels really good to stay here. Move your blocks to the top of your mat. Hands are on your mat. Come out of it the way we came out the other side. Tuck your back right toes under. Send your left leg back to meet the right. Shake it out in a 3-legged down dog. Come back to a classic down dog. Heels lifted, pedal it out. Your hips will like that. Finish up, still your heels, hinge forward to a high plank just for a second, and then lower down all the way to your belly. Once you're on your belly, hands are underneath your collarbones. Tops of your feet are on your mat. Big toes are touching. Zip up your thighs all the way from the bottom to the top. Elbows squeezed towards your spine. Time for cobra pose. Neck is long, chin is on the mat. Empty all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, cobra. Lift your head on up. Gaze down your nose. Little to no weight in your hands. Breathe, lift through the chest, and finish. Come down. Arms down by your sides. Turn your neck so your left cheek or your left ear is on your mat. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Chin back to the center of your mat. Fingers are long, reaching towards your feet. Bend your knees, floor bow, Dhanurasana. When you're ready, reach your hands to the outsides of one ankle, then the outside of the other ankle. Wiggle your knees back to the midline of your body. Empty all the air out of your lungs with your head back at the midline. When you're ready, kick hard into your feet. Let your thighs lift up. Let your chest lift up. Maybe kind of balance on your pelvis as you kick harder into your hands and finish. Come on down. Everything comes down. Turn your head so your right cheek or right ear is on the mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Chin back to center. Hands underneath collarbones. Press on up through seal pose. Press all the way up to standing on your knees. Press all the way up to standing on your knees with your hands at your low back. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Look up to the sky. Breathe. If you like, you can take a full camel. You know how far is right for you. Press the hips forward, gaze on up, maybe reach for your heels, and once you've captured your heels, lift through the chest, look back to where the ceiling and the wall meet, and then put your hands back on your low back. Shoulders over your hips, have a seat on your heels, stretch out the quads. Take a deep breath in And a deep breath out. Legs go long on your mat. Legs go long, toes up toward the sky, arms lengthen up toward the sky too. Reach forward as if you're handing someone a present. Reach, reach, reach. Now reach for your feet or your calves, elbows hugged in. Look down to your knees and fold in half here. Inhale, come on up, shoulders over your hips. Come on down to reclined on your back. Bring your towel and your eye shade up near your shoulders. Bend in the knees, soles of the feet on the mat, bridge pose. Heels up near your bottom. Ankles underneath your knees. Arms down by your sides. Push the weight into your feet as you lift your hips on up. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine and feel a little bit of extra lift there. Hands, interlace them behind your low back, and this time push the pinky fingers into the mat. Lift high in your bridge and finish. Arms down by your side, roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Extend your left leg long, hug your right knee in. You could use your towel here or a strap, or interlaced fingers. Hug it on in nice and tightly, a little different variation of your supine twist. Take the left knee across the midline of your body, your right knee across the midline of your body with your left hand. Hips are going to stack. Now let the left hand release the knee. Keep your right shoulder down and tee out your right arm. Right knee is bent. Now let's extend it. Drive through the heel. Maybe the heel is at about hip height. Drive through it and hold. Rebend the right knee. Roll the right shoulder and the right hip down to your mat. Interlaced fingers, hug in your right knee and let the right knee go long. Left knee, same thing. Hug it in with the towel or with the interlaced fingers. Squeeze it in, keeping your shoulders soft. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of your body as you roll onto your right hip. Left arm tees out, left shoulder stays down. Baby, your gaze goes as far to the left as feels right. Now, the leg that's bent, the left leg, the heel. Drive through the heel, maybe bringing the foot, the knee to about hip height. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep that left shoulder down. Rebend the left knee. Start to bring the hip down to the mat. Gaze up toward the sky. Hug the left knee in one more time. Release the left leg long. When you're ready, draw both heels up towards your bottom. Lift the knees up. That's your strong core at work for you. Hands underneath left knee and right knee. When you're ready, rock a little bit from side to side. That feels nice. Keep your low back down. Rock a little bit. Come back to the midline. When you're ready, exhale the air out of your lungs and peel your shoulders on up. Maybe try to kiss your knees or come close to them. And then finish. Shoulders down, legs down. Find your eye shade or your towel, or maybe and your towel. Send your legs long, heels at the edges of your mat. It's time for final Shavasana. All right, so get however is comfortable for you. Cover the eyes, maybe slip the towel or the pillow under the back of your neck if that feels better. Turn your head from left to right. Just feel the mat. Arms down by your sides, a little bit away from your body. Just nestle in here. Maybe wiggle the shoulders a little bit. Neck is long, shoulders are soft. Feel contact with the earth. Maybe the pinky toes fall toward the edges of the mat as your hips externally rotate. There's a lot of contact with the earth as you find peace here in the last few moments of our practice. Come back to just your breath. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Eyes are closed. Imagine the eyes really heavy in the eye sockets. The area between your eyebrows, let it be. Don't squish it. Just relax all those muscles. Same with your tongue. Remove it from the roof of your mouth. And unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Your neck is soft. Your shoulders are soft and really resting into the earth. Arms are heavy. Legs are heavy. Deep breaths in and deep, slow breaths out. Try to find perfect stillness in your body. You can, because everything's comfortable. It's just the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. Everything in your face is soft. There's space in your upper back and in your shoulders. There's space in your hips. Deepen your breath. Revisit that area between your eyebrows. Let it soften. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Stay here longer if you like. Begin to turn your head from left to right, a nice little skull massage. Turn your neck. Turn it as far as feels comfortable right now. Even out both sides and then come to rest at the midline of your body. Touch your thumb to your pinky and then the ring finger and go all the way up. All 10 fingers. Just touch back and forth. And then finish. Open your hands wide. Point your toes to the bottom of the mat. Squeeze your toes toward the sole of your foot and squeeze your fingers towards the palms of your hands. Open them up and release. One more time. Nice, tight, really hard squeeze of the fingers and toes. Feel it all the way up your arm and your legs. And then release, let it all go. Start to circle your wrists and your ankles in both directions. Inhale, lengthen up as you take a big good morning stretch. Reach through your fingers, point through your toes. Exhale, bend your knees and your elbows and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Soften in the top shoulder and take a deep breath here. When you're ready, slowly push on up. Maybe you keep your eyes closed. Maybe use your hands or not. You decide. Come on up to a seated position. Crisscross your legs if you like, or sit any way you want. Eyes closed, hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Sigh it out, let it go. It's your breath. All right, blink your eyes open. How did you do? How young do you feel now? How does your body feel? Really, think about it for a second. Were you stiff in the knees? Were you stiff in the shoulders? Think about it. Go back to that stress number. What was it then? And more importantly, what is it now? Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am a new thing. Keep at it. Keep doing your yoga. See you on your mats. tomorrow for another yoga practice. Bye, guys. Have a good day. What are you doing? Good girl. You're just a good girl. She can be a little bit hyper. Hyper Piper. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. You get to make a choice. And the choice is, do you want to take a chance? And you got to take that chance to make anything change. I'm glad that you're changing your body for the better with 316 Yoga. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for staying here till the end. And thanks for enjoying your practice each and every single day. Tell your friends about our practice. Tell your friends that our practice is free, because it's free for anybody and everybody. And we'd love to see our numbers grow. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's at www.316yoga.com. See you on your mat tomorrow. Make the right choice. See you there. Bye.